seriously like I do with ExpressVPN. Get up to 4 extra months of ExpressVPN at expressvpn.com/Kim. That's expressvpn.com/Kim.
History is unfolding, and you're listening to it on News Talk 710 KURV, Edinburgh, McAllen, Harlingen, Brownsville.
As Congress comes back, 2 lawmakers will go away. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
People who are in positions of power and authority over others need to be held accountable when they take advantage of that position.
Senator Elizabeth Warren, after fellow Democrat Congressman Eric Swalwell announced he'd resign.
And frankly, I'm glad that he'll be gone.
While Swalwell is accused of sexual misconduct by 4 women, one alleges rape, which he calls a false allegation he'll fight.
And another shakeup just hours after Swalwell's announcement, Republican Congressman Tony Gonzalez announced he's quitting Congress early. The third-term Republican lawmaker is accused of having a coercive sexual relationship with a staff member who later killed herself.
Fox's Alex Hogan. There are reports the U.S. and Iran could hold another round of talks soon. Vice President Vance, who led the weekend negotiations, tells Fox the ball's in Iran's court as the U.S. keeps demanding no nuclear weapons or uranium enrichment.
We've made very clear what our red lines are, what things we're willing to accommodate them on, and what things we're not willing to accommodate them on.
It's day 2 of the U.S. blockade in the Strait of Hormuz, and Fox's Matt Finn reports from Dubai.
The Chinese-owned ship passed through the Strait of Hormuz today. It's an oil and chemicals tanker that was turned back yesterday, the first day of the blockade, but got through today with success. Now, this tracks with what the president and CENTCOM is saying, which is that the entire Persian Gulf is not blocked. Rather, the U.S. is preventing ships from entering or exiting Iranian ports.
President Trump's warned any Iranian boats threatening the blockade will be eliminated, like the drug boats off the South American coast. Another one blown up yesterday.
In a post on X, Southern Command saying, quote, intelligence confirmed the vessel was transiting along no narco trafficking routes and was engaged in narco trafficking operations. There have been over 50 strikes on drug smuggling boats since the start of President Trump's second term, with over 170 people killed.
That's Carly Shimkus. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a tale of Tina searching up and down for decent GLP-1s, but got spun around.
Till Good RX wrote in, hey, we got something new. GLP-1 prescriptions, all FDA approved.
Brand name meds, no flags that are red.
Clear pricing from the start. None of those hidden fees in your cart.
Delivered to your door or pick up same day. Darn tootin'.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
I put it to goodrx.com/weight loss. GoodRx is not insurance.
The NBA playoffs are right around the corner, and now you can trade on every game on Kalshi. You can also trade on who wins each series, the conference finals, and the championship. On Kalshi, you're trading against other people in the live market. No house and no odds maker. And as the odds move, you can buy in and out anytime throughout the postseason. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app, use code PRESS to get $10 when you trade $10. Kalshi, Kalshi. Trade on anything.
The Trump Justice Department continues to put the Biden administration under scrutiny, alleging some prosecutions of pro-life activists were biased.
The DOJ report looks into Biden-era prosecutions under the FACE Act, a 1994 law meant to protect access to abortion providers and religious institutions. It accuses prosecutors of treating anti-abortion activist cases more aggressively and requesting longer prison sentences, 26.8 months on average compared to 12.3 months for abortion rights activists. At least 4 prosecutors who worked on the cases were fired Monday. President Trump pardoned 23 convicted pro-lifers on his 3rd day back in office last year. Chris Foster, Fox News.
An American is free again in the Bahamas. Brian Hooker released from custody last night after his arrest last week in the disappearance of his wife, Lynette. Hooker's lawyer, Terrell Butler, says,
When he came out, he was emotional. He was speaking to a family member. And so I'm just trying to get him somewhere where he could relax and de-stress from this horrible experience.
He has not been charged with a crime. After questioning, Hooker claims that she fell from their small boat in rough seas as they traveled back to their yacht at night. Her body's not been found. Disgraced former movie producer Harvey Weinstein is going on trial again, accused of another sexual assault.
Jury selection is expected to begin today in another trial of Harvey Weinstein, the 73-year-old accused of third-degree rape of an aspiring actress in a New York City hotel room in 2013. At a hearing in January, January, Weinstein, who was in a wheelchair, denied the allegations, saying he never assaulted anyone and that his spirit was breaking. After nearly 6 years in prison, following 2 previous convictions of rape in New York and California, Weinstein's latest trial in New York City is expected to last around 6 weeks. Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are rising up more than 100 points for the NASDAQ the day after more rebound gains as the price of oil drops more than 1%. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's all-American truck headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
Happy Tuesday and welcome to the Valley's Morning News. It is now April 14th, 2026. I'm Sergio Sanchez along with show producer Fred Cruz, and we got AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina joining us in about 3 minutes, taking a look at the consistent temperatures close to 90, low 90s for a few days. Yesterday, he told us maybe the weather changes like late into this coming weekend. We'll see what the computer models have to say, so stick around. In the news, the McAllen School District leadership holding their first of a dozen community meetings to discuss their $335 million bond proposal. Superintendent Dr. Rene Gutierrez saying that the bond is necessary because some of their schools have not been upgraded for about 20 years. Gutierrez claims the district's 93-cent tax rate will not increase if the measure is passed. Early voting begins April 20th. That'd be next week, and Election Day will be Saturday, May 2nd. At 7:06 on the Valley's Morning News. Some South Texas farmers are still waiting for clarity on water deliveries from Mexico after Mexico decided to pay their water on time.
Under the 1944 agreement, Mexico was expected to deliver more than 200,000 acre-feet of water by the end of March. Right now, it's unclear how much has actually been received. That uncertainty is already impacting decisions in the field. Some producers have reduced acreage, while others are shifting water supplies just to keep existing crops alive. Mexico has pledged higher annual deliveries under a revised agreement, but past shortfalls continue to raise concerns. Farm groups say the focus now is on getting accurate numbers and ensuring stronger enforcement as the next deadline approaches.
That's reporter Kurt Lewis. Texas Ag Commissioner Sid Miller warning producers and folks who own livestock about the northernmost detection of the New World screwworm.
We're told the case showed up in Nuevo Leon, about 90 miles from the Texas border, close enough that state officials are now treating this as an immediate threat. Miller says this is not a distant issue anymore. He's calling it a high-stakes situation for ranchers, livestock, and for the food supply. While the USDA has taken steps to respond, he says the spread has not been fully contained, and that is raising a lot of concerns. Right now, the focus is on early detection. Miller is urging producers to check animals closely, know the warning signs, report anything unusual, and report it right away. The message is simple: catch it early or risk a much larger outbreak. Texas is coordinating with federal, state, and local partners, but Miller says more needs to happen at the source to stop the spread before it reaches U.S. herds.
That's reporter Kurt Lewis. And on a technology note, Apple reportedly testing 4 different types of smart glasses.
The move signals the iPhone maker's launch into the smart spectacle realm. The models would compete with the Meta Ray-Ban display glasses. Apple is likely to unveil its new glasses later this year with a 2027 launch in the works. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
Coming up after AccuWeather, why the Texas Attorney General has Lululemon in his crosshairs, something about forever chemicals and another court case. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV, and it's AccuWeather time. I want to say thank you to Dougie and all the gang at Martin Farm and Ranch for a 7 o'clock AccuWeather on KURV. Give them the best, your animals. Purina Nutrition for pets, livestock, and exotics at Martin Farm and Ranch. If you stop by, say hi to Dougie from us. Meteorologist Jason Caterina from AccuWeather. We see a consistent forecast, so upper 80s, low 90s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going into the weekend. Yesterday, you said that perhaps by Sunday the weather might change. What are the
Yeah, it looks like front's going to come through Saturday night with a couple showers. Sunday, some occasional rain and a thunderstorm throughout the day into the afternoon. Highs will be low 70s on Sunday, and then back to the upper 70s Monday. So it's not really going to linger too cool, but Tuesday we're back to mid 80s.
Okay,
we will break at least.
Sure. Well, we'll believe it as we get closer to like Thursday,
right?
Definitely Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this so far it's looking pretty healthy. So we'll see. But yeah, I agree.
Anything for Texas travel? Anyone trucking north to Central Texas and the San Antonio area? Dallas, Houston, all that.
Just a bit breezy. We're kind of on the back end of a strong high pressure out past Bermuda. Basically what amounts to a Bermuda high, which is odd this early, but yeah, so it extends right down through the Gulf. And so a lot of onshore breezes coming in, and that low's parked up around the Nebraska-Kansas border. So between the two, we got the pressure gradient heightening up. So as you head further north, it's going to get windier.
All right. Let's see here. All right. So the AccuWeather forecast for today should be up to 93, Mid-Valley, Western Valley, and should be closer to 90, 89, 90 for tomorrow, and overnight lows. Where we are right now, it's in the mid-70s.
Blah.
Yeah. And humid, plenty humid.
Yeah.
So enjoy the humidity. Let's see.
Yeah, dew points are in the upper 60s and mostly in the low 70s.
Oh, I'm sure we'll somewhere in the Mid-Valley, especially
that's that onshore flow bringing in all the maritime air.
Oh yeah,
keeping it humid.
Yeah, delicious. Yeah, we're starting to enter the two shower a day.
Yeah.
One in the morning, one in the evening.
That's the air you can wear for sure.
There we go. Air you can wear. I like that. Air you can wear. From AccuWeather. Today we celebrate gardening. You got a green thumb? You doing any gardening?
Yeah, I have a flower garden out front and in the back there. But yeah, I had some pretty awesome dahlias last year.
Freddie, do you grow anything? Strawberries and anything fun?
No, I like roses.
Yeah,
I grow
you like roses?
Yeah.
Roses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I grow weeds. I'm an expert in weeds. And I do nothing. I just kind of stand around and watch them grow. Let's see. And we celebrate dolphins today as well. Remember Flipper? You ever see that?
I have a really good dolphin story, actually.
Okay. Save it for next hour.
Yeah. We don't have time.
I got one too. It's a movie related story, but we'll save it for next hour. That's AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina on 710 KURV. See, that's how you get them come back, Freddie. Oh, really? I'm going to tune in next hour. I'm going to leave my office, go into my car, and go listen to, or go online at Radio, even better, right? KURV.com, Radio Para Mí. Time at 7:12 on the Valley's Morning News. And as I mentioned right before AccuWeather, so the Texas Attorney General, Ken Paxton, has Lululemon in his legal crosshairs. He's accusing them. He believes that Lululemon is using toxic forever chemicals.
Paxton issued a civil investigative demand into Lululemon USA to determine whether the company has misled consumers about the safety, quality, and health impacts of its products. Paxton claims emerging research and consumer concerns have raised questions about the presence of chemical compounds in their apparel that may be associated with infertility, cancer, and other health issues. Paxton said Americans should not have to worry if they are being deceived when trying to make healthy choices. Paxton also mentioned in the release that Lululemon generated over $11 billion last year. In Austin, Chris Fox, News Talk 710 KURV.
Other Texas news, the state of Texas is threatening to pull some public safety grants from Houston over a new ordinance at City Hall Houston that limits when their police department can call Immigration Customs Enforcement. A letter to the mayor in Houston, John Whitmire, from the governor on Monday saying that the ordinance violates a 2025 arrangement between the city and the Department of Public Safety. Houston agreed to cooperate with the DPS and DHS, by detailing illegal immigrants as requested by the feds. At stake, $110 million for City Hall up in Houston. Medical note, there's new research suggesting that a high-dose flu shot for seniors might help protect the brain.
The study published in the medical journal Neurology involves insurance claims data from more than 200,000 adults ages 65 and up. It finds that seniors who received high-dose flu vaccines had a 20% lower risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. That's compared to seniors who got the regular flu shot. Researchers say the protective effect was strongest in women, but they also say more research is needed to understand their findings. I'm Jim Roop.
And back to Texas. The new head of Texas Tech saying there needs to be some changes.
Campuses have been told to phase out academic programs that focus on sexual orientation and gender identity. Chancellor Brandon Creighton says there's a lot of garbage being taught.
We all need to be focused on producing a degree of value.
He says they need to be training students for the jobs that are out there. His memo gives campus leaders until the middle of June to weed out programs. Students already enrolled can finish their degrees.
I guess there are not too many jobs in basket weaving and jazz dance, right? Time is 7:15. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Going to share with you a conversation from a couple days back on economic trends for the city of Edinburgh. Of course, a few days back, we celebrated the Edinburgh State of the City address. Good folks at Kappa, the concrete, asphalt, pipe, and aggregates company. They have an economist that was looking at some of the economic trends in the area. Impressive trends. That's next on the Valley's Morning News.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Come experience larger-than-life luxury and design at Bird Ogden Infinity in Edinburgh. You're invited to come in and choose from a great selection of new Infinities available now. Drive your own 2026 Infinity QX60 for just $469 a month. And all Infinities come available with the Infinity Premium Care Maintenance Plan for 3 years. Experience luxury as it's meant to be at Bird Ogden Infinity on the corner of Alberta and Expressway 281 in Edinburgh. Shop from the entire line of Infinities online at birdogdeninfinity.com.
The Wednesday Sergio Show on the road at our family-owned premier full-service fixed-based operator at our McAllen Airport, McCreary Aviation, celebrating 80 years. Join us for this special broadcast Wednesday from McCreary Aviation.
News, traffic, weather, sports.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
This radio station is home to Houston Astros play-by-play. Catch the Astros tonight, 6:40 pregame. Yeah, you know, Freddie, they have scored the most runs of all teams. Problem is, they've also coughed up more runs than any other team so far. That's why their record stinks at the moment. Yeah, they got a lot of hurt arms right now. 6:40 pregame. They're hosting the Rockets. Astros baseball on 710 KURV, made possible by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women. State of the City broadcast special presentation on News Talk 710 KURV. Big thanks again to the Edinburgh Chamber of Commerce and all the gang at the Chamber for allowing and giving us this opportunity to do this special news broadcast as a lead-in to Mayor Ochoa's State of the City address. In the studio, one of our supporters, Concrete Asphalt Pipe Aggregates. You know them as Kappa. If you're in the construction business, if you work city, county, governments, yeah, we've known Kappa for the longest time. I've made a new friend who's in the studio right now, David Martinez. I referred to him as economist David Martinez. We were throwing around a lot of economic figures that he compiled for the area, did the first, the economic pulse for the region. We look forward to having those conversations in the near future. He's a business development representative for Kappa. In the studio, as you can see on the video as well, on YouTube and X and Facebook and all the, even LinkedIn. We have to put it on LinkedIn later. Isaac Garza, business development manager for Kappa. Gentlemen, welcome back to the studio. And since we're focusing on Edinburgh today, very Edinburgh centric, let's look at the history and the footprint of Kappa and some of the big projects. So, Isaac, I'll start with you. Some of the big recognizable properties and some of the landmarks in the area. Kappa was involved in which big projects in Edinburgh over the years?
I appreciate you having us here.
Yes, sir.
By the time and everything. As you mentioned, a lot of people already know Kappa, knows what we've been doing because we've been in the market for over 42 years. And we've been in all over the valley, from Brownsville also to Laredo, but we're focusing right now on Edinburgh. Edinburgh, I could talk of many, many projects, but I would say one of the most important ones, or that people might see, daily on a daily basis. You can talk about the Bird Ogden Arena, which, by the way, with the Vipers, basketball players were one of the official sponsors there. Tres Lagos as well with Esperanza Homes. The airport, South Texas Airport in Edinburgh.
The Edinburgh Airport.
Yeah. Edinburgh Airport. Okay. We've done many work there as well here in McAllen, all over the airports.
Yeah.
So it's something, with when general contractors from different places in Texas come to the Valley, they win a bit. They want to go with the safest option, So they research, okay, who's the concrete companies there? Who's the concrete supply? So that's when we get the opportunity to work in these types of construction of this type of industry, and many, many, many other work, county works, federal works that we've done in the area. UTRGV, yes, of course. Right now, currently, we're doing the UTRGV research facility in Port Isabel. So we've been working with UTRGV.
The Maritime Research Facility in Port Isabel.
Correct.
Yeah, that's you as well.
So, there's a lot of work that we've done for Edinburgh.
And just out of the chute, when you said Bird Ogden Arena, that's a whopper of a project.
Right.
And Kappa, from what I've seen through the years, they are the go-to guys, the go-to institution. As it's in the name, it's the concrete and the asphalt and the pipes
and the
aggregates related to all that. 42 years, most established, and as you mentioned, safest name. You want it done right? Who are the guys? Yeah, it's Kappa. You mentioned UTRGV, also the stadium, the
Vaqueros.
The Vaquero Stadium.
Yes, we worked
That's
there.
your projects.
And also many HEBs that are in the area. Honestly, I couldn't remember all of them, but Walmart's HEBs, we were there, of course.
That's most impressive. Now, I don't mean to put you on the spot. We talked about this off air. You have grown, Kappa has grown tremendously as the Valley economy grows. Do you have any idea how many people are on payroll? Like how many people are?
Yes, we're between 500.
That's pretty good.
Yes.
And with more business on the way, likely needing to expand really quick. Where do you find these professionals? These guys who know on all this concrete and pipe and assembly and all that stuff?
We've had people come over from New York all the way to, with us, Arkansas, many people that have been with Kappa, are with Kappa, and also are no longer with Kappa. But we're always bringing people talents, as part of what we want to keep growing and keep, that name of Kappa, which is our quality. Because if some people might compare us to other locals, and that's fine. But when you're talking about Kappa, the first thing, we might not be the cheapest, and we don't want to be the cheapest. But when it's about quality, when it's about service, they go with us. So as part of this and maintaining this name of Kappa, we try to search for big talents,
Wow.
All over the States, all over Mexico as well.
Yeah. Your presence is the Valley, as you mentioned, Laredo, but you also have projects in northern Mexico. I look forward to having more conversations with our friends at Kappa. Concrete, asphalt, pipe, aggregates, the go-to entity in South Texas when it comes to all the foundational work, the underpinnings of many of these large buildings that you see in the area. Yes, from, for example, the Bird Ogden Arena to the big Vaquero football stadium to university buildings, all the HEBs in the area, pretty much. Just an example. That was Isaac Garza, Business Development Manager for Kappa. And the reason we're talking a bit more with Kappa these days is David Martinez, Business Development Representative, a few days back released the first, we hope it's a quarterly pulse on the economy in the area, but because of this state of the city, special broadcast for Edinburgh, we're doing an Edinburgh-centric report that he compiled for us. Man, we got like Forget 100. We got like 200 pounds to put in a 10-pound bag. So let's get right to it, man. This is something that we mentioned with the chamber the other day. Edinburgh, Texas, still one of the fastest growing communities in Texas and the nation. Share a bit more on what you were able to dig up on that one.
Thank you for having us back.
Yes, sir.
And you're right. I mean, Edinburgh is not anymore a well-kept secret, but everybody's hearing about it. Latest data shows that Edinburgh, the city of Edinburgh, is not only the top 25 growing cities in the nation, but it's in the top 10 growing cities in Texas, which is much to say. And last time I was here in the studio with you, we made a promise that we're going to go city by city, and this is part of the work. Thank you for encouraging us. And we look at the city of Edinburgh with great potential. Some of the projects that Isaac just described, I mean, are part of not only the icons, architectural icons or investment icons that are attracting literally millions of dollars. I was surprised to know, for example, that each Vaqueros game generates about $1 million for the city of Edinburgh.
And we're just getting started.
That's amazing.
Can you imagine when they start putting up more hotels and dining establishments nearby?
People from the outside.
Between lodging, between restaurants, the consumption that takes place is $1 million per game. I mean, so that's an incentive for everybody to be part of this growth.
No wonder the retail numbers are still going up in Edinburgh, double digits.
Yeah.
David Martinez with Kappa, business development representative, economist. We're sharing with you some of the top economic numbers for Edinburgh. He was able to compile, for example, construction permits up 32% from 275 million to 364 million in a year's time. The multifamily construction activity more than doubled in 2025. New commercial construction nearly doubled year to year as well on the commercial side. The unemployment number is what I wanted to get you to comment, because I know you're from this area too. You've seen the Valley, you've seen Northern Mexico, like Isaac.
Well, first of all, you share about the growth in construction permits, housing construction, and that trend is only going to continue in 2026. Right. And that type of growth is what is bringing unemployment down. Latest information is around 6% for the area of Edinburgh, McAllen, Harlingen, which is one of the lowest. I mean, if you look at the trend in the last 15, 20 years, one of the lowest unemployment rates. And I will not be surprised if by sometime this year we fall even more. So we have maybe 5% unemployment, which is really optimal for such a dynamic, people coming in and out of the Valley, people looking for new jobs, people offering new jobs. So whenever you can, let's say, stabilize your unemployment rate anywhere between the 5 or 6, it's a very, very healthy indicator for the region.
Household income, another metric you
almost
compiled?
Almost 60. We are again household income approaching 60K for the year, which is very healthy, especially because the low cost of living here in the region. So all those numbers are very encouraging.
It takes money to make money, and it takes money to grow the economy. And with all the disposable income, all these families, it seems like a mushrooming effect in the economy. You mentioned HEB earlier, and I know that was one of the notes that you had. Interesting to see how they continue to build. There's more projects on HEB leading the way when it comes on the retail side. Some of the numbers we were able to compile.
Yes, we use that specific example. Again, HEB is all over Texas. We know, and they know the potential that the city of Edinburgh has. They're just undergoing a $33 million expansion for their facility, and that only speaks about how the region is growing. Families are coming in to live to the city of Edinburgh. As you know, student housing also is growing, and that only means consumption. For food, for groceries, for everything the population needs.
Well, anything else before I let you go? I look forward to the next conversation of the economic data that you compile. Anything else before I let you go?
Well, thank you for the opportunity. It's always good to be here in your studio. And I'm glad Isaac came with us this morning, because we wanted to, let the community know that Kappa is ready for, 2026. I mean, we had a great quarter going into the year, and we expect new projects coming in. We talked about last time what's going on in Brownsville. Now we're talking about what's going on in Edinburgh, and Kappa is ready to be part of that.
Can you imagine with all the capital infusion at the port of Brownsville?
Right.
With the liquefied natural
and
gas.
We have just a plant right before entering the port of Brownsville.
Yeah.
So we're ready. We've been there for years.
And we also have a plant in Edinburgh that's worth mentioning as well.
Exactly. And in every area we just opened La Feria as well, because we're doing the Sam's Club in West Laco. Yeah. So we have a new plant there in La Feria, so we can, supply that.
I'm glad you brought that up. I meant to ask you earlier about that. The production of the materials, the plant in itself. Yeah, I can see where in the Brownsville area you definitely need it with everything taking place at the port.
No, we have one in Brownsville right there, right before the port of Brownsville.
Yeah.
And we have one in San Benito for that area, because that's the lower valley.
Mm-hmm.
And we're looking forward, in some years, everything is going to be one thing. It's already the valley, right? But including Brownsville, San Benito, Olmito, Los Fresnos. Los Fresnos is growing a lot.
Yep.
So everything is going to be a one thing,
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to that. We want to be there. We are there,
And it's the coast that's driving the economy. Exactly. It's the port of Brownsville. Brownsville, Elon Musk, all that, and all the tier one suppliers, everybody else coming to town to feed into that industry, and even more that's coming to town. It's a pleasure meeting you, Isaac.
Thank you. Likewise.
Don't be a stranger. Come back and see us again. We wish you continued success, because hearing your success story means that there's a lot more jobs out there, and the economy is firing on all cylinders. David, thank you for stopping by.
Thanks, Sergio.
David Martinez, Business Development Representative for Kappa, and Isaac Garza, Business Development Manager for Concrete, Asphalt, Pipe, Aggregates. That is Kappa. Let me give you this headline before we go to sports, Freddie. So the class of 2026 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Let's see. Wu-Tang Clan, Phil Collins.
Okay.
Oasis. Billy Idol. Iron Maiden.
All
right. Finally.
Okay.
Sade and Luther Vandross. Again, some of the names for the 2026 class.
And do they all go in, or
this will be the class.
Oh, okay.
November 14th in LA is when they're inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You know what I liked about Luther Vandross as a rocker? I was thinking at the end of the concert, he'd grab his guitar and just smash it on the floor, kick all the speakers. Yeah, Luther Vandross. Yeah, Sade, I think, did something like she would break up all the speakers, the amps that were on the stage. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV, your station for Astros baseball. Sports up next.
Looking for the perfect place to grow your business? Edinburgh offers strategic access along I-69 with direct routes to Mexico and major markets. With acres ready for development near South Texas International Airport and shovel-ready sites at Edinburgh North Industrial Park, your business has a runway for success. Upgraded utilities, enhanced transportation infrastructure, and the upcoming State Highway 68 makes Edinburgh a prime location for logistics, manufacturing, and trade. Put your business on the map and fuel your growth. Let's build something great together. Visit EdinburghEDC.com.
They say that actions speak louder than words. So we'll let the all-new, state-of-the-art BMW of FAR show you what that means. Choose from an incredible selection of new BMWs and get exceptional service today. Right now, you can lease a 2026 BMW X3 30 xDrive, just $569 a month, with $52.99 due at signing. Come see why BMW has always been known as the ultimate driving machine. Visit the corner of Expressway 281 and Owassa in FAR. Come find your new BMW today at BMW of FAR, a Bird Ogden Auto Group dealership.
On May 2nd, vote yes on Proposition A. Vote yes on repairs, upgrades, more teaching facilities, more security for our kids at McAllen ISD with no tax rate increase. Local attorney Jesse Barba.
Competition is wonderful. Let us compete on equal playing fields. Give us the funds to maintain buildings. Let us repair the roofs, put up the facilities we need so that we can compete with other programs. I have no problem with competition. McAllen has just landed a company from France coming in. There will be a subcontractor for the automobile industry. It will be high-tech jobs. That requires education. You don't need to be sending a signal to international companies telling them that we need less education and we're not investing in our system. We want to compete, and we want to show them that we can. We're every bit as intelligent as the people in Austin, Dallas, and Houston. It's the education to do it. Your tax rate will not increase. This is wonderful for the community.
Early vote is April 20th through the 28th. Election day is Saturday, May 2nd.
Paid for by Rosalinda Aguirre.
Later tonight, your Houston Astros host the Colorado Rockies. First pitch at 7:10. Powered by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women. And News Talk 710 KURV.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
The Houston Astros continue to struggle as they've now lost 8 consecutive games, with the latest being a 6-2 loss to the Mariners, resulting in a 4-game sweep. Things got out of hand quickly yesterday as Josh Naylor hit a 3-run homer off of Mike Burrows in the first inning.
Naylor hits it in the air to right pretty well. Back on it is Smith looking up, and that ball is gone. Josh Naylor's first extra base hit of the season is a 3-run homer, and it is 3-0 Seattle in the first inning.
Seattle would add 2 more off a second Josh Naylor homer in the third. The Astros now hold the worst record in baseball with 6 wins and 11 losses, despite being near the top of the league in runs scored. The Astros look to get back on track tonight as they take on the Colorado Rockies, with first pitch scheduled for 7:10. And the Texas Rangers defeated the Athletics last night with a final score of 8-1. Texas is now first in the AL West with 9 wins and 7 losses. Game 2 of the series is tonight, with first pitch scheduled for 8:40. With your Texas in the Morning Sports Report, I'm Dylan Moore.
AccuWeather says highs today, low 90s. And same thing tomorrow, low 90s, upper 80s tomorrow. And right now, temperatures mid-70s across South Texas. And tonight, the lows tonight about the same, mid-70s as well. Border Bridge wait times is posted on KURV.com. If you're headed back to the McAllen Mission Edinburgh area, not too bad, about 35, 45 minutes between Hidalgo and the Far Bridge, respectively. And headed back to Brownsville, also pretty good, about 30 minutes, 30, 45 minutes at all 3 major bridges for Brownsville. Business news and a check of your money. That's next on 710 KURV. And no matter what type of business you're in, that structure of yours, the commercial roofing system that you have, you really should get it checked by folks who know what to look for. And that would be an outfit that's been around for almost 130 years. The expertise of Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing waiting for you, again, for free, gratis, no expense to you on that visit. And the experts up there checking to see if there are any weak spots, any degradation, any water kind of seeping in somewhere. Yeah, you need to get this checked, because if a commercial roofing system fails, yeah, that's going to shut you down for a while. So I think it's an amazing value, and I hope that you, as a business owner or property manager for all these different type of institutions in South Texas, just get that roofing system checked, that commercial roofing system. With the weather in South Texas, you guys at the coast, near the coast, with all the salty water coming ashore and just eroding, corroding, just degrading everything, get that system checked for free. Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing, cutting-edge roof installation, repair, upkeep, maintenance technology, and, of course, precisely what you need. It's in the name. Advanced Waterproofing Solutions. Chamberlain at chamberlainltd.com. Phone number 956-655-6178.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call in McAllen at 956-803-0058 in Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
Hi there, my name is Tony Bolstead. My wife and I, Carol, own Sand Monsters. We'd like you to come on out and have fun. We've got a half-mile long track out here. It runs across about 3.5 acres. Have adult cars and kid cars, getting laps in, learning how to drive on the sand. And we also lease space to Redline Helicopters is one of our tenants here, and they've got a pad and they do helicopter tours. Lone Star National Bank and the team there really helped us get this thing put together, answered all our questions, huge help.
I am Stephanie Harrison. I am the second generation owner of Sisters Interiors on South Padre Island. We had always dreamed of owning our own land and owning our own building, using our design team to create what you see here today. That's how we got involved with Lone Star National Bank. We partnered with them and they helped us, create the dream.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC, McAllen Mission.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. Officials are hesitant about interest rate cuts. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said the Federal Reserve should wait and see before deciding whether to lower interest rates amid the war in Iran. Bessent said the U.S. economy was very strong in January and February, and that the Fed is doing the right thing by sitting and watching. Oil prices are slightly lower this morning as the International Energy Agency predicts that destruction will spread in the Middle East, despite hopes for fresh peace negotiations. West Texas Intermediate currently sitting at roughly $97 per barrel, Brent up to $99 per barrel. Citigroup reported its best quarterly revenue in a decade and a 56% year-on-year jump in earnings per share. CEO Jane Fraser said the bank is on track to deliver its target for return on tangible common equity this year and said it's entered into the final phase of divestitures. Futures are still mixed as investors monitor Iran war developments. Monday, the Dow Industrials gained 301, the NASDAQ up 280. That's Your Money Now.
Big changes happening behind the scenes in the tech world, and likely you won't even notice it.
When it comes to their business, a $50 billion investment by Amazon into OpenAI is being labeled, quote, a key growth driver. That was the subject of an internal memo from the newly appointed OpenAI revenue chief last weekend. Amazon's investment in OpenAI is seen as a direct challenge to their top competitor in cloud computing, Microsoft. The revenue chief's memo suggests OpenAI will continue to distance itself from Microsoft. I'm Rory O'Neill.
China complaining when it comes to the embargo, the blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. The ambassador to China going to meet with President Trump at the White House today. The Valley's morning news on Newstalk 710 KURV. AccuWeather forecast not changing much, so highs today should be low 90s, upper 80s. Same thing tomorrow. The next day after that, we're looking at temperatures low 90s for the most part and upper 80s at the coast. Right now, mid-70s across the valley. Thank you for joining us on News Talk 710 KURV, and we hope that you find us on your smartphone at Radio Para Mi. Update on the blockade of the Strait and other national news. That's next on 710 KURV in about 2 minutes on Fox News.
Jay Gonzalez, the Valley's top lawyer with over 20 years of experience. Jay Gonzalez is simply the best. If you've been injured in a crash, call 1-800-CAR-CRASH today.
This is Congresswoman Monica De La Cruz. It's tax season and families are benefiting from the historic tax cuts we delivered last summer. For young working families, we boosted the child tax credit. For hardworking Texans, we have no tax on tips and overtime. For seniors, we ended taxes on Social Security. We're helping you keep more of your money paid for with official funds from the office of Congresswoman Monica De La Cruz.
Improve your overall health and enjoy a better quality of life with Dr. T's Primary Care. You're trying to set some new weight goals. If you're too moody or stressed out or just tired and trying to get more sleep, Dr. T's Primary Care can help you with all of that and more. If you're worried about things like low testosterone, Dr. T is a primary care provider from the sniffles to the flu and also offer menopause treatment, peptide treatment, and IV vitamin infusions. McAllen area, call 956-803-0058 and in Harlingen, 956-368-5247. That's drtsprimary.care.com.
On May 2nd, vote yes on Proposition A. Vote yes on repairs, upgrades, more teaching facilities, more security for our kids at McAllen ISD with no tax rate increase. Local attorney Jesse Barba.
Competition is wonderful. Let us compete on equal playing fields. Give us the funds to maintain buildings. Let us repair the roofs, put up the facilities we need so that we can compete with other programs. I have no problem with competition. McAllen has just landed a company from France coming in. There will be a subcontractor for the automobile industry. It will be high-tech jobs. That requires education. You don't need to be sending a signal to international companies telling them that we need less education and we're not investing in our system. We want to compete, and we want to show them that we can. We're every bit as intelligent as the people in Austin, Dallas, and Houston. It's the education to do it. Your tax rate will not increase. This is wonderful for the community.
Early vote is April 20th through the 28th. Election day is Saturday, May 2nd.
Paid for by Rosalinda Aguirre.
Everything you need to know to start your day.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
It's the pulse of the 956. It is News Talk 710 KURV. You're in tune with what is News Radio for South Texas, the morning news. Show producer is Fred Cruz, and we have meteorologist Jason Caterina from AccuWeather. He's on standby. I'm Sergio Sanchez. You and family, appreciate you tuning in on the radio. Now find us online at the free app that is called Radio Para Mi. News on 710 KURV, a service of Jay Gonzalez, injury attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. As Congress returns following their 2-week recess, 2 members are leaving in scandal.
Congressman Eric Swalwell says that he's walking away from the job. The 45-year-old Democrat faces allegations of sexual misconduct, including from a former staffer. And another shakeup just hours after Swalwell's announcement, Republican Congressman Tony Gonzalez announced he's quitting Congress early. The third-term Republican lawmaker is accused of having a coercive sexual relationship with a staff member who later killed herself.
Fox's Alex Hogan, the U.S. Navy continues to block the Strait of Hormuz.
So far, no reports of any major incidents or confrontations out on the Persian Gulf.
Fox's Matt Finn in Dubai. Chinese-owned oil and chemical ships sailed through the blockade today. It was turned back yesterday. The military is not blocking the Persian Gulf, but it's stopping vessels from gaining access to or leaving Iranian ports. America's listening to Fox News.
McAllen School District leaders held their first of what they expect to be about a dozen community meetings to discuss their $335 million bond proposal. Superintendent for McAllen ISD, Dr. Rene Gutierrez, saying that the bond is necessary because some of their schools have not seen any upgrades up to 20 years now, and they need repairs for AC systems and other major systems for the schools. Dr. Gutierrez claiming that the district's 93-cent tax rate will not increase if the measure is passed, and early voting begins next Monday, the 20th. Election day will be May 2nd. Some farmers in South Texas still waiting for clarity on water deliveries from Mexico after Mexico decided to pay up their water on time.
Under the 1944 agreement, Mexico was expected to deliver more than 200,000 acre-feet of water by the end of March. Right now, it's unclear how much has actually been received. That uncertainty is already impacting decisions in the field. Some producers have reduced acreage, while others are shifting water supplies just to keep existing crops alive. Mexico has pledged higher annual deliveries under a revised agreement, but past shortfalls continue to raise concerns. Farm groups say the focus now is on getting accurate numbers and ensuring stronger enforcement as the next deadline approaches.
That's reporter Kurt Lewis. And there's some new poll numbers in the Republican primary runoff for senator in the state of Texas.
With 6 weeks left until the May 26th primary runoff, Cornyn holds a 1% lead over Paxton, 44% to 43%. That's according to the latest poll from the pro-Cornyn super PAC, Texans for a Conservative Majority. And it seems the tighter the race, the dirtier the campaign.
We have one nasty race, and I'm just going to call it for what it is for the U.S. Senate, and it troubles me.
Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick even calling the two sides out, asking them to run positive ads. According to the poll, 13% of Texas Republicans remain undecided. In Austin, Chris Fox, News Talk 710 KURV.
This is the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV. We invite you to join us at the free app that is called Radio Para Mi. That way you can listen on your smartphone and rewind 710 KURV, the morning news, especially the 7 o'clock hour. Producer Freddie posts that on 710 KURV X Live, 710 KURV YouTube Live, and Facebook Live. You can do a rewind there as well. Top real estate team in this entire region, folks who guarantee that they will sell your house. It's the Ryan and Brian real estate team. It works, you guys sit down and have a conversation on the price and the date that home needs to be sold. You guys agree on that. Presto, there it is. Worry-free. Home goes on the market. If it's still on the market after that date crosses, guess what? They will buy your home. If you are buying home and you don't want to spend a penny more, you need the Ryan and Brian real estate team. If you are selling a home and you need to squeeze all the dollars out of the home, yeah, we need the Ryan and Brian real estate team. Fanny and Rommel, very happy with the deal that they got by working with Miss Danny over at the Ryan and Brian real estate team. They just bought a home here in the Valley. Ryan and Brian team was very patient with both of them, with Fanny and Rommel. Made sure that they got the house that they wanted. There were a few things that they didn't love about the house that they saw, but you know what? The Ryan and Brian team, expert negotiators, they were able to take off $10,000 in concession. So that way, they didn't have to pay out of their pocket for all those repairs that they wanted. There it is. There's their dream home. They saved money with the Ryan and Brian real estate team because of the awesome negotiating skills that they had. Call the Ryan and Brian real estate team. If you're buying a home, that's the top team in this region. Go see the 700 plus 5-star Google reviews. Everybody's so happy with the Ryan and Brian team. Here's the number to call, 956-540-2536. The website, ryanandbrian.com. That's ryanandbrian.com.
If you're selling your home, don't be trying. Call Ryan and Brian. Go to ryanandbrian.com.
Cat tax, cat tax, cat tax, cat tax. If the tax is too high, well, you can kiss that money goodbye until you call cat tax. Oh yeah, we save money for you. Cat tax, cat tax. Call cat tax, cat tax. No savings, no fees. Call 631-SAVE. Cat tax, cat tax. Cat tax, cat tax.
If your property taxes are too high, you don't have to just kiss your money goodbye. Not with CAD Tax on your side. CAD Tax, they do all the work and you save all that money. If they don't win, you don't pay. No savings, no fee. There's nothing to lose. That's the CAD Tax guarantee. Call 631-SAVE.